Right guys, Mark Crossfield here. I'm at Torquay Golf Club and I have a special guest for us today. Mr. Dan Hendriksen, holding 3 Ping drivers. G400 drivers. Dan is going to help me test these bad boys. We've got G400 LST low spin, and then we've got the SFT, which is this one, I think. Here. Yeah. The draw bias. You've got his numbers and mine. Let's Torquay Golf Club test. Let's get stuck in. So G400, so I've got the standard one here, and we've gone copper colourway shaft in the standard shaft and in the weight port at the back in all of the 3 models, this one being the low spin LST, so weight a little bit further forward again, same copper colouring, and then the SFT, again the weight pushed more towards the heel to help with maybe closure rates and obviously gear effect if you hit the ball in different parts of the face. All 3 models we still see the Dragonfly technology, slightly more predominant turbulators on top, and we've also got Vortex technology still in the back. We're now also getting these little dimples on the back as well, so we are talking Mr. Aerodynamic in the G400 range, and we also get the subtle, very subtle in its looks and how it changes the loft sleeve here. One of maybe the most kind of pleasing to look at loft sleeves in golf because it is so unintrusive in how it looks. Right, so me and Dan are going to hit 3 drives each. We're going to show you our drive ball data as well in a second. I'm going to go standard to start, then I'm going to go low spin, and then I'm going to go SFT. And what I'm going to do is just swing them. I'm not going to try and adjust to any of the techs. I'm just going to try and hit all 3 exactly as I would any normal shot, and we'll walk down and see if the results change at all. So standard one to start, and the big talking point, which I think was going to shock a lot of people's worlds, is these heads are smaller. Yep, I'll say it again, these heads are smaller. I think it's a 445cc, so they've come down in shape, and I must say it is the loveliest, cutest little shaped head you will ever see. Interesting how so many people talk about MOI, yet they've made them smaller. It's got to get you thinking, isn't it? Standard one to start me off, sits square, looks gorgeous. Struck pretty good and kind of at target to middle right side. Right, low spin model to start, again looking down, no real difference. Maybe a better line to slightly left and a fraction better hit. It'll be interesting to see the difference in those 2. SFT next, again it looks almost identical to the others, and I'm not going to try and do anything to stop it going left. I will wait for the greenkeeper though. Yeah, high and left. Going left, which is what this club is kind of built to do. It's high aloft for me and it's built to go left. So Dan's going with a standard one to start. Not a bad shot, middle right side. Quite a different flight, better shot. And again, this club suits you better, even in the dry ball test, which we'll show in a second.
That was nice, that was really nice.
SFT the finish. So again, Dan's just going to hit, try not to manipulate or adjust, just hit it. Yeah, and that's going actually a miss hit as low and right, which shows you how the human always wins. Let's show you the dry ball data that me and Dan collected earlier here at his performance studio at Torquay Golf Club. So let's start with LST G400. I'm averaging spin around 2000, which is kind of my golden number for most distance for me, getting 262 average. Yes, 262 average. Topping out at 267, because again, that's that low spinning number that can push me up there if strike falls into place. Dan's a higher spinning player, so with the low spinning model, he's 3,500, and he's topping out at 242, which he is around a 250 carry, he would say. So he's getting his 252s. You can see his strike dots around as he mishits and hits different parts of the face. Now, this club is too lofted for me and Dan, but it's the SFT, so the draw biased, if you like. You see my spins at 2.7, Dan jumps up to 4,000. He's 233 with his carry, so he's actually not far behind where I'm 244, so I do drop way back. But higher spinning for both of us because of more loft. and also I was a long way left with it. Dan was actually averaging right with one left, but he was hitting everything right on the day, so it actually brought him back to the centre, which was quite interesting. So the standard driver for me was the biggest surprise in the dry ball testing. So I'm 2.9 spin and it's only going 2.48, topping out at, what's that, 2.57. So I actually hit more shots to see if I could get anything more out of it. But it was my kind of most disappointing numbers, which I was surprised with. Dan spinning at 4,300 and carrying at 230 yards, so again slightly lower than his desired number. For both of us, LS Tech in the dry ball data certainly performed the best. This is your standard one, is it? Or no, it's your low spin
That's
one?
my low spin one, yeah.
Dan's low spin ball.
Low spin ball.
Standard ball was back in this bush.
Back in here.
So wrong line, so you
Yeah.
didn't really catch the slope. And then his FS Tech was back there because obviously he mishit it. What's interesting is the dry ball data gave me LS Tech as my best numbers.
Yep.
This being my longest shot there is my standard club. Just in the rough here is my LS Tech. So low spin best numbers, got tangled maybe in the tree and a bit in the rough. And then just there is my, so just here is my draw ball. I think it's kicked out the trees. So not a massive difference between the three when you get on the course, and this is why I do on-course testing. In the indoor simulated environment, the low spin for me wins hands down.
Yeah.
The next question's always got to be, can you game those numbers?
Yeah.
On indoor mat or on a range, no wind,
Nothing.
no fairway, no slopes,
No.
no bounce.
No.
Actually, is that better for me or not? On this one isolated test, my best shot from the standard one, I would still pick LS Tech because it gave me my best numbers,
Yeah.
and I think I can hit fairway with it.
Yeah.
But it's something that's got to be thought about. Now, interesting looks with these clubs, which I think Ping do better than anyone. 3 standards of drivers: low spin, a draw biased, if you like, in the standard.
Yeah.
Yet they look all the same. What do you think of that?
I like that. I think that's really, really good. There's some companies out there that will make a driver that helps guys that I just don't like the look of.
Yeah.
But in this situation here, I can't even tell you now which one is which.
I totally agree, and I think Ping do that better than anyone else. If you like the turbulators and the Dragonfly, you're getting it on all 3. You're getting the same tech for all people because they obviously believe it works. I think making a driver that even people who want to draw bias, which you could frown on, is like, well, I don't think it is, but some people will like, oh, you need that help, do you? Like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
The fact they deliver the club in a way that, like you say, they just look the same, it's just fair to all golfers, and I think a really positive thing. Ping are good at that, like they get that, which I like about them. So 3 more hits. Stan's going to go standard one first. That's a more realistic shot for you, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so this is the low spin model for Dan.
Okay.
The wheels. How'd you hit that?
That good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the result on those 2. And then let's finish with SF Tech. How'd you hit that one this time?
Fractionally left.
Yeah.
Fractionally left.
Yeah, which is meant to do, isn't it? Oh, that's interesting. A bit of a high toe, so I might get more out of that, but it did start a little high. You hit just slightly left. I've missed the tree. And yeah, I mean, it's drawn pretty much the same as the LS Tech for me there. Let's get up and see where they finished. So, longest hit, Mr. Dan Hendriksen with the LS.
Yeah.
Low spin.
Low spin.
But his standard ball is just here. So what's that? How many yards? 4?
5 paces. 1. 5.
5 yards in real term distance. How much of that was carry, how much of that roll? We can't tell you.
No.
So in your dry ball test, I'm saying irrelevant.
Yeah.
My LS Tech is here, an exact the same distance as a slightly toey standard one. Where inside, the LS Tech for me gives the better numbers.
Did. Definitely did.
I mean, I personally think fitting has a serious issue. I personally believe that. People get fittings very, very wrong. And I know I'm not going to be popular for saying that, but believe you me, the story is much bigger than whacking 8 balls at a range you know, off a mat. It just so much is bigger than that. And then for both of us, the draw one is consistently going left here and here, and a bit short because it's a higher lofted club. So I think that club serves its purpose.
Yeah.
Just not for us.
Not for us, definitely left.
So we're going to do one more tee shot, and I want you, and I'll do the same, pick which one you want to hit with.
Okay, I'm going to go in with the LST for me.
So the LS Tech, low spin tech.
Low spin.
Reasons?
It just felt a little bit better.
Okay.
Felt like I got a better flight from it, and definitely felt off the face just that bit softer.
Do it.
Have another go.
The problem with all testing is the human overrides. So 3 drivers, for me I would be LS Tech, but what's interesting from the on-course testing is I feel I could easily hit the standard, where from obviously inside I felt like the standard was letting me down, but you can see the results on the course, it's not. But I would pick LS Tech. What I do love about this club is I'm quite excited by the smaller head shape, because I think it's going to open up discussions about MOI, which people get so wrong. And I love the fact that they produce all 3 clubs and give you all the same kind of help and feels and looks. Oh, greenkeeper, am I flying in? Good, he's gone now. Always best not to kill the greenkeepers, I always think. Message for everyone there. Perfect, isn't it? Spot on, absolutely lovely. Definitely go and give them a test. Like the copper way, because I'm a Ping fan from old. I've got kind of that copper putter feeling and everything else. I love the look. I think the smaller head is just going to open up some brilliant dialogue that needs to be happened or gone talked about within golf clubs. Post comments down below, let me know what you think. Would you try them or not? Hit that subscribe button and thumbs up the video as always if you love the on-course testing. And let me know about Dan. His numbers aren't quite the same, are they? But we do look like we play the same on the course. Interesting for anyone thinking of getting custom fit.